Welcome to the Financial Freedom Podcast with your host, Lorna Poole, sharing the secrets to creating wealth, investing, and that all-important money mindset. To find out more and accelerate your journey to financial freedom, head on over to www.lornapoole.com to get started. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Podcast. The power of your subconscious mind will change your life, especially your life in financial freedom, creating wealth. My guest today is Patricia Mitchell. When she was sitting on her bed at 24 years of age, she was feeling overcome. But you don't have to struggle for money. It's okay to be rich. She said this out loud: "Show me, God, how to develop a wealthy mindset." Something inside of her, leading her and giving her the knowledge on money. She was led to a few secret documents on wealth and how to obtain it. That was almost 6 years ago. Today, she's an expert on creating wealth. Patricia, great to have you here.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Patricia, so many people struggle in this area. Why is the subconscious so important?
Okay, let me explain a little bit about this. Back in Pierre Janet, he was a psychologist, and he found that beneath the conscious mind, there was another layer of mind, and he's the one that termed this the subconscious mind. Then also, Freud also found the same thing, and he termed it the unconscious mind. And then in 1962, Joseph Phillips wrote a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind.
It's
and from
really
there is
cool.
just...
I actually know that book. Yeah, it's really
Yes, isn't it? It's really a good book. So now that power is within you. Everything that we need to create, whatever we need to create on this planet, is inside of you. So what you have to do is calm yourself, and you would put yourself in like a calming situation, and then you would state what it was that you wanted. Like, for instance, what you always stated in the positive. Like you would say, I am happy, I am loving, my world is filled with harmony, my world is filled with peace, something of that nature. Or you could say, infinite mind, please see to it that my world is filled with love, harmony, and peace. That's just, an example.
Yeah, well, we've heard all this before, but people are aware, not everybody, but a lot of people who are in personal development are aware that the subconscious mind plays a big part of it. But where they struggle is they're not seeing the results in their life.
Okay, so let me explain. When I wrote a course on this, and when I was writing the course, I did research because I had heard that several celebrities had used this in order to gain their fame. When I did the research, there were so many celebrities that had done this, I couldn't put them all in my course. It was overwhelming. Lady Gaga was one of them. The late, great Michael Jackson was another. Now, Michael Jackson had did this for his album Thriller. That's the first time he had did it. He did something, what we call the mirror technique, where you look at the mirror and you repeat what it is you want, when you want it, and the deadline you want it. And so he had did this for his album Thriller. So he set the amount that he wanted to sell, and he wanted whatever he wanted for that album. I don't remember everything he wanted, but he set everything there, and it manifests the same way. So it does work, because these celebrities would not use it if it wasn't working in their lives. I mean, Beyonce, she was on 60 Minutes telling how she uses it. The problem with everyday people is that they're not consistent. If something doesn't happen, like today or tomorrow, they're ready to give it up. They're not ready to stick with it until it happens. Let me tell you a story. Her name is Susie Ullman. She's a financial advisor here in America. And, you know, she's really big. She has her own show on TV and everything. But when she was first coming out, she had appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show. So she said that she had lived in a one room, like a studio apartment. So for 1 year, she repeated that she would earn $10,000. And at the end of the year, she got it. So Oprah decided to do this on her show for the people at home and the people in the audience. And there was one lady, it was like 60 days, and she had her wealth was already, her income was already increasing. So I had already been working with the power of the subconscious mind for a long time. So I know what combination to put with what to make it work, and so that you can get what you're trying to get. So I was sitting there watching TV, and I thought, a year is much too long. I am not going to do this for a year just to make $10,000. So I put the right combinations together. What I did is that in the daytime, I repeated that I would earn $10,000. And then at night, when going to sleep, I repeated, money comes to me in avalanches of abundance. Now, what people have to realize when you're dealing with your subconscious mind is repetition that makes it work. So what you keep your mind on all day is what you're going to create in your life. If you have on your mind, I don't have enough, I have to pay my bills, I don't have enough for my car note, that is what you're going to create. There is never enough. But if you keep on your conscious mind during the day, you could just say abundance. Just keep the thought of abundance in your mind. That's enough to make abundance flow to you like a river. Now, let me tell you about this $10,000. So I said the same thing that Susie Ullman wanted to do, but I just cut the time down. Within 60 days, my income started to change. By the 90th day, my income was $10,000 a month. And I have given this out to many people because I used to have a podcast. So I used to give it out on a podcast for people who didn't have any work. People were coming back on the show.
What did you do differently than all the other people that don't make the 10,000?
The trick is what you keep on your mind all day. That's the trick right there. That's number one. If you are trying to earn $10,000 a month, but you have on your mind during the day, I don't have enough to pay my rent. I've got to go pay the doctor, but I don't have enough. I have to buy new shoes, but I don't have enough. That message that is going into your subconscious mind is there is never enough. So what you have to do, you need to be conscious of it when you first start doing this. During the day, you have to keep your mind on abundance. You could either put like abundance or opulence or whatever it is, that you're trying to get, whatever that is. But right now we're talking about money. So abundance. All during the day, don't think about what you don't have. Keep your mind on abundance.
So give us what changes happened in your life? Did you get a new job? Like, where did this money come from?
Okay, so I was working. Okay, so I was working at the time when I first did it. I was working as a certified nurse assistant where I was going to people's home. What happened? The first thing that happened is a patient called me and wanted to know if I knew how to do tube feeding. And I said, yes, I did. And so I started doing a tube feeding for her husband. I went 4 times a day, 7 days a week, and it was $80 an hour. That was one thing. Then I had another patient call me and say she needed help with her husband. And so she wanted to know if I could do that. She started off 3 days a week. I said, yeah, fine. It was 12 hours a day, It was $25 an hour at first. When I first went in there, it was $25 an hour. And then I got another case that wanted 3 days a week, and they were a little more because I think it was a couple, and I charged them $35 an hour. So within that, I think it was within the 60 days, I was making $7,000, and then by the end of that 90, it was up to $10,000.
Yeah, but how many hours are you working for that?
Oh, I was working a lot because at the time I work a lot anyway. But people don't have to work like I work. You know what I mean? You can work 5 days a week and want a regular, you just want a 5 day a week, you want an 8-hour shift. That's what you'll get. You see, when you program your subconscious mind, that infinite mind looks into your world and see what should I do, or what's the best fit for you to be able to accumulate that money. So everybody's world is different. This is what happened to me. I was already working 6 days a week, so it wasn't a problem for me. But that's my world. In your world, like for instance, you have an iPod. So what'll happen for you if you do that, you'll start getting ideas about how to earn money on your podcast. And then those ideas will begin to come to you. Let me give you another example for me. I had my own business this time. I was through doing that. I had my own business. And so I wanted to generate more money. What started happening to me? Now, at first, remember, this is the first time I did this. So I didn't know what the heck was going on. I did the programming about earning more money, or a certain amount of money. I think I did it for a certain amount that I wanted my business to generate. What happened is I started getting so many business ideas. They were flowing out of me like a river. If you would call me and say, "Oh, Pat, I'm thinking about starting a new business," I could tell you the business to start. It would be successful. It was just coming out. And for the longest, I didn't understand, where is this coming from? Like, I didn't get it. I happened to sit down one day and I was reading the book again, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And it was saying that your money will not always come in like the dollar bills. It'll come to you in ideas. And I thought, that's it. So some of the ideas that I was getting, I began to implement those ideas, and those ideas generated more money for me. So again, it depends on what you're doing. Like the first time I did it, I was working. So that's the way it gave it to me, because that's how I worked. But the next time I did, I wasn't working. I was working for myself. And so it generated business ideas. So it depends on what you do. It's almost like it's tailor-made for your life once you start doing it. Now, I am such an expert at this that if people tell me what it is they're trying to accomplish, I could tell you exactly what to do during the day, what to do at night. And I guarantee, I'm not going to give a guarantee because a lot of shows don't want me to give that, but I'm just an expert at it. I can, whatever it is you're trying to get, I could tell you how to get it within 90 days. It's not going to take a year, 2 years, within 90 days. All you have to do is just follow my instructions. The instructions are to keep whatever it is you're trying to do during the day on your mind. And then as you go to sleep at night, because your subconscious mind never sleeps. So when you're going off to sleep at night, you repeat what it is that you want. You repeat it. Now, I once had a lady, she just wanted a relationship, a really good relationship. And people don't understand the concept is that you get what you are. So if you're not a good person, you're not going to get a good relationship. If you're looking for a loving person, you have to be a loving person yourself. But when you
have to embody what you want to accomplish.
Exactly. So when you're looking for like a mate, you would sit down quietly again. You would speak to infinite mind, and you would say what it is you're looking for in that mate. Go ahead.
What about somebody trying to create financial freedom and get their money working hard for them?
Again, you're going to get, okay, so you're going to get it. It's tailor-made for your life. So for example, myself, if you're trying to get let's say a wealthy mindset, wealthy people have more than one outlet for creating money. Most of the time, poor people or middle class have one outlet. Middle class might have two, but poor people usually have one, and that's only their job. But wealthy people have several outlets for being able to get money. So if you want to create financial freedom, you would sit down again, get in that quiet space, communicate with your infinite mind, and you would say that you are a wealthy person and you are continuously creating wealth in your life. Now, what happens for me when I do that, I get the business ideas. I get so many business ideas, and then I have to implement the ideas. So like I said, for in your life, if you're a working person, you might, you know what? Let me say this. Let me tell you this, because I've worked with this so long. So let me tell you this. What happened to me? I was living in California. This is before about 1985, I would say. I was living in California and I was struggling with two of my daughters. I needed immediate money. So I sat down. I said, I'm gonna see if this thing works for me in the lottery. I said, I'm gonna see, because I gotta have this money. I'm gonna lose my car. I gotta have it. So I sat down quiet about two minutes, I would say, 4 times a day. I repeated to myself that I was in a winning circle, I was a lottery winner, and that I was going to win the lottery. In 3.5 weeks, because I always keep score on how long it takes, in exactly 3.5 weeks, I was sitting in my living room. And I just got this strange urge to go play the lottery. Go play the Powerball, actually, what the feeling I got. So I went to play the Powerball, and sure enough, the next day I had won 4 of the numbers. So I thought to myself, now, why did I just win 4 numbers? Why didn't I win 6? I would appreciate the 4, believe me, but I just wanted to know. I was kind of researching this. Why did it give me that? What I understood is that you're going to get exactly where you are. My consciousness at that time was there's never enough. So I'm not going to win a 6-digit. You know what I mean? When I've got a consciousness like a poor person, my consciousness was not that of a rich person. So I'm going to win 4 digits. So I waited a while, began to work on myself, and then I did it again. And the next time I won 5 digits. So it's not when it happens in your life, it all happens naturally. It's not like it's a miracle. You know what I mean? It's nothing like that happens. It unfolds in a natural way. You might be going to the store or something, and you might meet somebody and he's looking for a partner in something. You know what I mean? It's all unfolds naturally.
What about when you get the ideas? A lot of people don't trust themselves to act on what they get fed.
So what you would need, if you know this already about yourself, then what you would do is that when you're doing the initial, I'm going to call it programming of your infinite mind, your initial communicating with your infinite mind, you would put something in the statement that says you don't trust yourself. And then you would say, infinite mind, I am trusting of myself. And then whatever else you want. I have confidence in myself. I believe in myself. Those are the things you're going to put in there. So because you're asking for those qualities to come before you. So when you begin, so you're going to start getting the ideas quick though, because those ideas, I mean, like right after you do it, within 21 days, those ideas start coming. It might take a little bit longer for you to feel the confidence. So once you start feeling yourself feeling more confidence, then you would take action. And let me tell you, it takes 21 days to change a new belief. Some people can start seeing their results that soon as 21 days. But some people have such, you've been living with this lack and limitation for so long, and this poor mindset, until it takes a while, to break through that.
What about sometimes when you start this journey and you start working on your beliefs, you find you have a lot to work on, and it's very hard to be single focused. What do you say about that when people struggle with that?
Well, I don't know.
They're looking at their life and they're like, oh, I need to work on myself, or I need to work on wealth. Oh, my relationship's bad as well, and my health. And then they're all of a sudden trying to do everything at once.
Okay, I don't know what technique they're using, first of all, to try to remove the beliefs. I've worked on several, and this subconscious mind is the most powerful one I've ever worked on. So when I'm trying to when I'm working on my self-esteem or confidence or something like that, or I want to change a belief, I simply turn it over to the infinite mind. And then as I'm going about,
working one at a time.
No, that's it. See, you're gonna, when you're making your request, it could be a whole paragraph if you want to. It could be a couple of lines. It could be whatever however long you want it to be. But if you make like a half a paragraph of different things you're trying to change in yourself, I would suggest that you would take this to Infinite Mind 4 times a day. Because if you do it 4 times a day, like if you read a request that you want 4 times a day, right there around that 21st day, or maybe a little bit after, you'll start seeing the results. But if you're making a half a list and you're reading it once a day, I mean, I don't know when you're going to, I don't know when you're going to see. It might take a long time, to see results. So if you're making short requests, do it several times a day. In The Power of the Subconscious Mind, is a story in there how the author, his sister was ill, and how he wrote a request to heal his sister. He did it several times a day. And when the sister went back to the hospital, 2 weeks later, she was healed.
Patricia, this has been an amazing conversation. For anyone listening to this today and they want to create their financial freedom and they want their subconscious to help them do that, what's that kind of one thing you want to leave the listeners with?
What you keep your mind on is what you create, because poor people have a very difficult time with that. So keep your mind on what you want, not what you don't want.
Love that. Patricia, how do we find out more about you?
You can contact me at go to my website. I did like I stated, I did a course about this. The website is success-wealth.com. That's success-wealth.com. And for your listeners, I'm offering half off of this course until January the 2nd, 2019. For this course, you might not be able to access the website today. So if you would please just wait and access the website tomorrow. And then the sale will be on until January the 2nd, half off for all your listeners.
Thanks, Patricia. Great to have you here. And I just want to say to everybody, if you enjoyed it today, remember to head over to the Financial Freedom Podcast. That's where we continue the conversation with like-minded wealth go-getters who are creating their financial freedom. And it's www.facebook.com/groups the Financial Freedom Podcast. Thank you, Patricia. This has been amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us on the Financial Freedom Podcast, to creating wealth, investing, and developing your money mindset. To get started today on your journey, head on over to www.lornapoole.com and grab your free course, 5 Steps to Breaking Free from Your Poverty Mindset and Accelerating Your Journey to Financial Freedom. See you there.